Hi and welcome. Today's topic is a case study. It's how retired school principal Terry penned his memoirs inspired by his grandfathers. Today's show is brought to you by the Structure Success video training, and I'll have more about how you can sign up for this free training a little bit later in the show. But first, a recap if you're new. Forever Young Autobiographies is the place to learn how to write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. And it'd be wonderful if you could follow, subscribe and like the show. Now, I caught up with Terry. He is a retiree in Victoria in Australia, and he's put out Dance in the Rain. And this memoir was recently launched to family and friends. And I've got some information about his journey of writing this book, and he's also shared with me some top tips if you're looking to do the same. So if you're writing an autobiography, a memoir, a biography, or another life story project, for example, interviewing a loved one about their life, and you could be at the planning, the writing, polishing or publishing stage. So I think you'll find all of these tips helpful. And this is just a summary of my conversation with Terry, but I have all of it over at my website, which is foreveryoungautobiographies.com/principle, and you can read up a little bit more. But first up, why did Terry want to write this book? And this is a really important question, because you need to have a strong why when you're starting a project like this. And he says, as he got older, he got curious about his grandfathers. There wasn't very much for him to go on, very little detail. And so when he was in his late 60s, he was thinking about his own legacy for his children, grandchildren, and hopefully great-grandchildren. And he was thinking, I didn't want them to be in the same position I was, thinking about my older generations. So that really got him motivated. And he says the book is a smattering, he calls it, of his memories. So it is a memoir. It's not huge in-depth effort here. It took a long time, but it's a memoir, it's a summary. So he says he's left bits out and he's included the important memories. So a little bit about how he came to write this book. Now, he was especially grateful for the support of his wife Sandra along the whole journey here. And he said it was difficult, was hard to get started, but once he'd made a start, it just flowed out. He began with his earliest memory and proceeded in chronological order, and he wasn't in a hurry, so he said it took about between 4 to 5 years to finish the book. Now, it includes about 14 chapters. It's got roughly 24 pictures in there scattered amongst the chapters. Also a preface, a prologue, and he's got some acknowledgements. So that's specifics about the book. But then he said during this there was some challenges, but there were rewards. The hardest, of course, is trying to get those memories coming to the surface and to write them down, to recall them and write them down. And he says in an honest way, with the proviso that he didn't cause anyone any harm, he didn't hurt anyone. Most notably, the really positive thing to come out of this whole thing, the most rewarding part, was the feedback he got when he launched his book to family and friends. He says this was just so amazing, really, really wonderful. His favourite part about writing the book, or favourite story from the book, was a parachute jump that he did, and he sort of had a premonition something was going to go wrong. He prepared himself almost for death, or the choice that God would make, and how he survived that. And he uses exact notes that he took after the jump, so he had that immediately to hand, almost like a journal or a diary entry, and he was able to insert that in the memoir to really pull the reader into the moment and to find out what he was feeling at that time. Really quite scary. So that was his favourite story. Now the tips Terry had for us as writers, they were a really good one. The number one was just start. I know, you just got to get going, everyone. He says, write that first paragraph and just get going. And know that it is a process. Let others in to help you along the way, whether it is your spouse or some supportive friends. And collect all those little extra details. Now Terry has snippets from his teaching days, from his school days, and like I mentioned, diary entry there from the parachute jump. So get all the materials you can and you get them at hand. And also don't be too worried about the spelling and the grammar. He says that's all going to be sorted out in the editing phase. So be reassured that that's going to be fixed up. So the main thing is, Terry says, is to make a start. So that's how the Victorian retiree, how he shares how he got to self-publish his memoir for family and friends. And I tell you all this because I'm hopeful that you will not only learn from Terry, but you will be motivated from his memoir writing efforts. We'd like everyone to write their life story down. Now, if you'd like to know more, see a copy of the book and other photos from the book, head over to my website, foreveryoungautobiographies.com/principle, and you can find it all there. There's also some links to other case studies I've done, and there's some links to articles which touch on points that are helpful for your writing, so some writing techniques that you might be able to incorporate. So please take a look. And while you're there and while you're here, send me a message or a comment. What are you going to write? Are you going to write an autobiography, a memoir like Terry, or something else? I'd love to know. So drop me a comment or send me an email at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/contact. Now the free training, this is the Structure Success Training, and it aims to help you get all those memories you've got and events in your life. They're all out there and you're not sure what to do with them or how to start your writing. And this free video training will help you sort those, brainstorm more and get them all into a manageable format, a chapter outline. This is a rough chapter outline. Things will change as you write, but this is a really great starting point. I highly recommend you sign up for it. It's at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/structure success sign up. So please take advantage. I'll leave a link for that one. It's completely free. I'll be back again really soon with another topic. So please follow, subscribe and like the show. It'd be really wonderful if you could do that. It'll let you know when a new one comes out. So until then everyone, happy writing.